This commenter said, "You're not making any sense." Pause right there. Good on you for getting the correct you are. That's a rarity in today's day and age. You know, there's a big difference between Trump economy 2016 to 2020 and how Biden left his economy. Yeah, there's a huge difference. Biden was handed an economy by Donald Trump that was in shambles. Biden handed Donald Trump an economy back that was roaring. Even if we take into consideration the pre-COVID years only, and we don't take into consideration the fact that Donald Trump was president during 2020, if you take into consideration just the three pre-COVID years, Donald Trump's economy plateaued. Every single trajectory on every graph I could possibly pull up and show you shows that when Obama came into office, we were coming off the tail end of what Bush had done in his term and shit that he didn't do, things like the housing crisis that were really not a ton his fault, but a shit economy. And then it was all a trajectory upwards with the exception of unemployment, right? Unemployment went steadily down, government spending went steadily down, but the stock market went up, jobs went up, wages, all of it, everything went up, right? And then Trump was handed that economy from Obama. And then the very first thing that he focused on was getting the what we know as the 2017 Trump tax cuts. That was right after he took office, January 20th, 2017, and then they went to work on the Trump tax cuts. It was supposed to be the greatest job creator in American history. But in those first 3 years before the pandemic, after he got his 2017 Trump tax cuts and was handing a roaring economy, Donald Trump plateaued our economy. After getting those tax cuts, he oversaw the creation of 1.4 million fewer jobs in those first 3 years than Obama saw in his last 3 years. We did what we always do when we give millionaires tax breaks. We plateau, and eventually we crash. We saw it happen coming after Reagan. We saw it happen coming after Bush, and Obama hands over a roaring economy, and we see it happen in the first 3 years. We don't get to see a natural crash because we had the pandemic in 2020. And we had a president that felt like it was his best course of action to ignore it and make the response to it worse. In comes Biden. He is handed an economy that is in shambles. And he gets us back to not only pre-pandemic employment levels, but blows past that number by over 3 million more jobs. The stock market explodes. Everybody's 401k goes nuts. Unemployment hits 6-decade lows. We're now doing business with our allies again. We're back to trading again. We're getting bipartisan bills passed, like the bipartisan infrastructure bill that we were told over and over and over again would happen in the first Trump administration, but never came to fruition. Enter Biden. He gets it done by working with Republicans in Congress. The same thing Bill Clinton did in the 90s when we were able to balance our budget. Now we see what Trump can do with it a second time. He was handed a roaring economy by the Obama-Biden administration, and now he's been handing a roaring economy by the Biden-Harris administration. How will he fuck it up? Well, tariffs is a good start. Starting trade wars that are unnecessary is a good start. Going after unions, making sure a shitload more people are unemployed. Keep in mind, we're firing thousands of federal employees right now. We are putting thousands of people out of work. Watch the unemployment numbers tick up in the very near future. Yeah, there's a huge difference between the economies that Trump was handed and the economy that he handed off to somebody else. He was given good economies. He handed somebody else a shit economy. Will we see that happen again? Will somebody else be handed a shit economy in 2028? We'll see.